I'm just messing with you. I'm just trying to be a dick.
Alright, so I've mentioned my friend Chris a couple times. What?
Random question. Do you have any friends named Warren?
I don't think so.
Oh.
What about Super?
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Alright, so
Continue about... Oi!
my buddy Chris.
Me and you need to think of some stories.
I got plenty. Kevin just keeps stealing the show.
I know. I really like it though. Alright, so I've told you about my friend Chris.
I will say you might be the best storyteller.
Thanks.
I wouldn't go that far.
In high school, Chris was the one out of our friends that was most likely to have a car available to him, like basically every day. It was a 2-door Explorer. I didn't know that was even a thing.
I didn't either. It was freaking Brits.
Yeah, well, I mean, he bought the car in America, and it's an American car. But anyway, so one day...
I'm gonna go make a sandwich. I'm still listening.
Mitchell's still listening, but he's gonna make a sandwich.
He's not listening.
Alright, so one day we left school early. I think it was like midterms or something like that, or whatever it was. We were able to leave early, so we did. It probably wasn't like a great idea, but we just wanted to do it. So Chris and I piled into his car with Elsie and Bones and Lorena, I think, and...
LC as in like LC or Elsie?
ELSIE.
Okay, wait, elaborate on Bones.
That was Ashley's nickname.
Oh, so it's a girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was a girl that had a name that was Bones?
Yeah.
That's badass.
She have a tattoo?
I don't know.
You know she did!
I don't think she did. I don't think she had a tattoo. If you're listening, tell us if you had a tattoo. If you didn't and do now, tell us what it is. You're not listening. Don't. This isn't going to go in. All right. And Veronica. Vero. She was in the car too.
Why does everybody have a nickname? Was that something cool to do in your school?
I don't know. So we're going to Jamba Juice. That's where we were going. Oh man, Jamba Juice. I always give endorsements on this thing because food is like my favorite thing in the world.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway.
If it wasn't food. I'm sorry, I'm being like Mitchell.
So we're going to Jamba Juice to get some smoothies. I love this place at the time. Probably wasted most of my Publix paychecks on it. So we're going there, and we accidentally went all the way down to, I want to say 132nd, but I wanted us to go back to
This is very specific.
136th. I don't know what it was, but we were heading north on US 1. We turned left, and we needed to make a U-turn. I told Chris when to make the U-turn. We were pulling up, and I said, okay, make it now. I was watching the oncoming traffic. Now, this is where our stories begin to take a little turn. My version of the story goes like this. Chris turned way to the right and then made a U-turn. He made it look like he was moving into the right lane and then halfway through made a U-turn. He claims he didn't do that. He claims he just made a U-turn and this was a disaster. So in the middle of this U-turn, someone comes around him on the left because they thought he was just slowly getting into the right lane. And they completely T-bone him. Now, this sucks, and Chris ended up with a ticket. I think the ticket was crap because this person was crossing on the left on a double yellow.
Right, you can't, yeah.
Exactly. But the cop wanted to give the ticket to the kid.
Because he's English.
Because he's English.
And the cop's probably racist.
All police are racist against English people.
Whoa, guys.
I think that's America's #1 problem today.
Definitely.
That's so wrong.
A little preachy.
Okay.
All right, sheep. so anyway, so Chris ends up with a ticket, and I mean he totally deserved one, but the other person did too, and it stinks because
was it a girl or a guy in the other car?
It was a girl.
Was she on? In the story.
Here's where the story gets a little crazy.
Everybody died.
A few weeks later, Chris was coming to my house
on a night just like tonight.
So Chris is driving over to my house. He turns down, I forget what the street is, but it's before 82nd Avenue, and it kind of curves from 184th. I want people to know where this is. So he's going down 184th, he turns right. A kid darts out into the street. It's like 8 p.m., it's dark, it might even be like 9.
The kid had just shit his pants.
This kid probably did. He darts out into the street, and Chris hits him. So Chris now thinks, this starts going through his head, I just killed this kid, I'm going to jail. I'm going to be extradited to England or deported or something like that.
Rightfully so. He's a murderer.
Exactly. He pulls over, gets out of the car, and a miracle happens. The kid is alive, and the mom comes out, not yelling at Chris, yelling at her kid like a good parent, saying, "Why did you do that? Why did you run out into the street without looking?" So Immediately absolving Chris of any responsibility, she says, "Are you okay?" Sends Chris on his way. Chris comes over. He shows me how it happened. Chris didn't have a bumper because that crazy U-turn stunt he pulled. He lost his bumper. If he had a bumper, it stuck out like a good 1.5 feet extra. He would have definitely hit that kid. But because of the way it worked, his tire ran over the kid's back tire, which in turn just knocked him on the ground. The kid was totally fine.
So it's a miracle.
I was that child.
Directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Wait, were you really that child?
No,
Oh,
but the rest of it's totally true.
That's really. I mean, it's not hilarious by any means, but it's really interesting.
Yeah, I'm glad I made a sandwich during that.
Did you miss the whole thing?
Exactly.
You didn't
The
hear
beginning
anything?
was funny.
What?
I'm just messing with you. I'm just trying to be a dick.
What
I
was,
love you
what was
guys.
the funny part? I really can't remember.
Did you say
Never
what
mind.
was the funny
I
part?
don't know if there was one.
Kevin's just like, it just always bothered me.